Got this here. Set this thing up here. Do this thing right here. Set it up here. We got this going right here. Do I got it going right? See what we're doing here, man. All right. I think we all right. What's up, Knicks Nation? I hope y'all doing good today on Sunday. Shalom. I hope you're doing good today. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. That you and the fam doing good. I hope y'all don't mind. I got me some Cafe Bustelo. Hooked it up. And today we're going to talk some Knicks. Now, again, greetings to the chat. Michael Drake, Pudge Nice, my man. Samir, Malik, Shabazz, Grand Rising. Good afternoon. Danud Thompson, Jermaine Royster, my man 2189, Blair V, Christopher Molura. Welcome to the chat. How y'all doing today? You know, I'm also a little happy because the Giants won and the Mets won. Oh, shoot. The Mets kept alive and the Giants won. I don't know if the Mets going to stay alive. We have to see. And the Giants won. So we all good. We all good today. Yes, you all good today. So I went last night and I looked at the full game, the Knicks against the Pacers. And a couple of things. Number one, overall, there's some really surprising things that we have seen here. If you're paying attention, some very surprising things, Knicks Nation. And I want to go into them. But number one, what we should contemplate is, it's only preseason. None of these games count. But daggone, the Knicks looking good, are they not? And it's not the competition. I think overall for myself, what I'm impressed with is the execution. The growth from players that we've now in year 2, year 3, year 4, the growth that we're seeing in terms of ability to execute. That is very, very encouraging. You see, especially in the preseason, the Tom Thibodeau defensive style. And to me, when the Thibodeau defense is at its peak, and this is especially with the Bulls and 2 years ago with the Knicks. And shalom to the chat, my man Imani Prakash, Jabroni Z, Ron Cohen, King Ribby. Thank you for the Chupa Chat 2189 for everyone in New York is White Castle. White Castle on Atlantic Avenue. All right. But the execution of the Tom Thibodeau defense, when I seen it at its peak with Joakim Noah was at his prime in Chicago, and when I seen it 2 years ago in New York, one of the things you see is it looks to me like if you ever see squirrels scrambling in the fall, when they scrambling through the leaves and getting nuts and they scrambling, that's what the Knicks defense looks like when it's rolling. They scrambling and they're on a string scrambling all over the half court. I'm seeing that, right? And then there's the offensive execution. They're performing very well offensively. And so those are the two overall things that I'm noticing, right? And that is irregardless of the competition. That's just showing you that they are preparing, that all the work they put in this summer. I'm trying to get this daggone light right. All the work that they put in this summer, is paying off, and they always in this summer in the lab working hard, and you can see that on the court. So that is a very positive sign because overall, right, what we're trying to find out, which we're going to find out, one of the main things we're going to find out is if this preseason is just preseason or is this a prelude of things to come? Okay, is this a prelude of what we're going to see in the season? Because if it is, we got something to be excited about, Knicks Nation. We got something to be excited about. Because like I said, the two things that are really, to me, giving me the positive vibe is the defense, the way they're scrambling on defense. Everybody is doing it. Nobody's slacking. And the execution, the offensive execution, the defensive execution. 2189, thanks again. Athleticism being tap movement on DNO. That's right. Off-ball movement led by Julius Randle. Off-ball movement led by Julius Randle. Oh my gosh. I never thought I would say that. I never thought I would say it. See, one thing y'all should know, right? If I'm wrong about something, I'll tell you. I have no problem. I just want the Knicks to win. You know? I just want them to win. And this cat, it's like a different dude. I mean, really. So I want to go step by step into this. All right. So overall, that's the question. Is this for real or is this just preseason? Well, this week we'll get a better idea because what happens after the first two preseason games is they start making cuts. Okay? They start making cuts. So, but I'm going to say a couple of things that I think is going to happen that is not going to change from the two first preseason games. Now, one of the things that you notice, and this has been consistent over the first two games, Obi Toppin and Julius have been pretty much splitting minutes. Have you all noticed that? Julius Randle and Obi Toppin have pretty much been splitting minutes. Randle starts, but him and Toppin are getting about the same amount of minutes. I think that's a keeper. Nicotan J. Ellis, what's up? I think that's a keeper. That's a keeper. Now, we had heard from Ian Begley, even before J. Ellis had him on the show, we had heard that Obi was going to get a bigger role. And we all wondered what that meant. Does the bigger role mean he's playing the three, right? We were wondering, is he going to play the three? I mean, Randle's starting, so what is the bigger role? We know he's going to play Randle 35 minutes. Well, as it turns out, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't play Randle 35 minutes. Maybe he splits the minutes. I think it's, put it this way, to me, it's pretty obvious Obi has made another step. Obi has come up another step. He is much more relaxed. His game is much more mature, polished at this stage in year 3 for him. The game is obviously slowed down for him. He's playing better defense, as all of them are. I did not catch the open practice yet, Guilford McCormick. I did not look at it. I saw it on YouTube, but I did not click on it yet. But yeah, the game is slowing down. He's playing much better defensively. He's not making mistakes on rotations. He's doing what we all like. Some of us, I think y'all know, y'all could bear witness. I said Obi all-star talent. Did I not? I think I've been telling y'all that. And I still feel he's all-star talent. He is. He's all-star talent. And that's why I was like, we're going to have to do something because he ain't going to stay behind Julius forever. He's got to get his money too. He got to get his. But Obi's been really looking good in terms of the development of his game. And what we are seeing, what I love about what we're seeing from him is the work that he put in this offseason. You are seeing it. You're seeing it on the court. Okay, you're seeing it. So I'm thinking that's a permanent thing. You're going to see him and Julius split time. And this is tremendous. Look, Julius has committed 0 turnovers in 2 games. I mean, when's the last time you could say that about Julius Randle? In any game. In 2 games, he played 0 turnovers. There was 1 turnover. I was wondering if they were going to charge it to him. They charged it to RJ, as they should, because Julius was given a dribble handoff to RJ. RJ fumbled the freaking handoff, and then the ball went the other way. But Julius has played 2 games. He has played a total of 40 minutes, and he has not turned the ball over once. Not only that, about 2 or maybe 3 occasions against the Pacers, I noticed he did dribble the ball up. But what I noticed when he dribbled the ball up, he was very cautious with the basketball. Obviously, he did not turn it over, right? And he was looking for open teammates. He got 2 assists when he did that. He got one to RJ on a 3, and he got one to Cam Reddish on a slick layup that Cam did. Julius running it. Brethren, if the man Julius plays like this, 6 seed, baby. If Julius Randle plays like this, 6 seed. Book it. I don't care who's coming out the top 6. I don't care who's coming out. Somebody said, who's going to drop? I don't care who's going to drop. Somebody dropping it because the Knicks taking 6. They keep playing like that. Okay. Yeah, so that's, I think, a permanent thing. You're going to see Julius and Obi split minutes. And you know what's really good about that, aside from what we're seeing? Come playoff time, they'll both be fresh. They'll both be fresh. Come playoff time, they're both going to be fresh. Okay? I keep saying, yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Get $21.89, $2. He said IQ's face. That's right. Yeah. So Julius is playing at a very high level in terms of playing under the overall thing is what I'm saying about him. He's playing with a basketball IQ. Julius Randle is playing with a basketball IQ. Have you noticed that? Julius Randle is making his defensive rotations. Have you noticed that? He's making his defensive rotations, and he's not turning the ball over, and he's letting Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett set up the offense. Come on, man. Now, look, see, some people just like to crap on people because they just like to crap on somebody because their life is miserable. But I like to do this. If somebody's playing good, I'll say it. If somebody's playing bad, I'll say it. I don't care who it is. Some of y'all be getting all trippy when I mention somebody playing bad. Like, don't talk about IQ. Now, stop talking negative about Evan Fournier. Bump Evan Fournier. If he's playing good, I'll tell you. If he's playing sucky, I'll tell you. Dude's still a cone on defense. But I still like him off the bench now. I ain't going to front. Which brings me to, now look here. Look here, Knick Nation. Look here, Knick Nation. Okay. Ryan Arcidiacono had 8 minutes. Farron Hunt had 5 minutes. Jalen Harris had 2.5 minutes. Trevor Keels had 1 minute, right? So you're talking about between those 3 guys, 4, 9, you're talking about 17 minutes. Let me tell you something. None of those dudes going to make the team. Either they'll be in the G League or they'll be on some other team. Let me just go through that list for y'all. That's Trevor Keels, G League. Jalen Harris, I don't know. Farron Hunt, G League. Ryan Arcidiacono, I don't know, G League, whatever. Okay? They ain't making the team. And those minutes are going to go to D Rose. Okay? Those minutes are going to go to D Rose. But this cat, what's his name? Svi Mikhailuk. Am I saying that right? Svi Mikhailuk. That European can shoot the rock. Now, I wouldn't make him, no heavy rotation dude. But to have a dude like that on your bench that can come off the bench and shoot the rock, you add that to Frenchie, yo, we got something, man. Ain't no doubt. We got something. We got something here. Okay? Now, some of y'all, I love Knicks Nation, and I understand. Some of y'all act like every time they sign some scrub to a 10-day that we just signed the Messiah, and y'all be tripping every time we sign some scrub to a 10-day deal. Like, oh, this guy's going to be good. Most of them ain't going to make the team. But this particular dude, this speed dude, he can shoot the rock. I think he might stick. See, this is the time between today and the next game Wednesday, they start making cuts. Okay? And so those minutes that you see most of these cats, 2189. You know it, bro. I mean, people be tripping. Somebody had the nerve to tell me, stop talking negative about Fournier. First, don't come on my channel and tell me what not to talk about. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And then number two, if the dude playing good, I'll tell you. If he suck, I'm going to tell you. Even if it's my man Deuce, I'm going to tell you. Okay? But don't be tripping. I mean, I understand you're hard on some of these dudes' nutsack, but you know, it is what it is, man. So Julius Randle's playing good. I'm going to just tell you. The dude playing good. Okay? The dude playing good, man. So, you know what I'm saying? The dude playing good. I can't front. Where my man, where Gumby at? Gumby should be here today. Where Gumby at? Because Gumby, today, he should be in his glory today. That's what I was saying. Where Gumby at? Because Gumby is right. I got to give it to him. I mean, you know, it ain't like Julius Randle, superstar. And I ain't going to front. But daggone it. He playing good. I mean, he ain't look, in the 2 games, tell me if y'all see, I ain't see him force one shot. I ain't see him force a shot. Every shot he has taken has been in the flow. Every shot he has taken has been in the flow. Okay? Yeah, Svi can shoot. Svi can shoot, man. That's what I'm saying. I think he sticks. Of all of those dudes, right? Okay, so you're talking about Keels. I'm talking about the guys on the edge, right? Keels, Jalen Harris, Farron Hunt, Ryan Arcidiacono. Those guys, you know, and then you add Svi in that group. Svi will be the one that sticks. The rest of them cats ain't sticking. They're going to be either G League or on another team. And Daquan Jeffries, you can forget it too. So all of them cats are not going to stick. But you know, the minutes, you got to look at the minutes they play. When you add up all of those minutes, not including Svi's minutes, because I think that 7 or 8 minutes that he got, I think I can see that being a permanent thing for him. It depends. But then, you know, you got 8 plus 6 is 14 plus 3. You're talking about really 18 minutes. D Rose will get some of those minutes because, you know, did y'all notice this? They're gone. Did you notice this? Yeah, Gumby was so happy. He was so happy, man. He was swinging on Randall's nutsack so hard, he just had him too much Hennessy, and that was the end of that. All right. But did y'all notice this? Dagon Thibodeau played D Rose, Deuce, and IQ at the same time. And wait. And then at the end said, I like that line. Did y'all see that? He played D Rose, Deuce, and IQ together. And then he had Obi out there with him, with Hartenstein. They were killing. I was like, oh, shoot. So here's another prediction. Deuce is going to continue to get 20 minutes a game. Deuce is going to continue to get 20 minutes per game. I think I'm just saying that. I don't know, some of y'all, you know, I had some of y'all, some people come at me in y'all nicknames, not all y'all, but your boy Deuce not as good as you said he was. Not as good. He only averaged 6 points a game. Man, stop looking at NBA 2K and tripping. Could y'all stop? Some of y'all know the game, right? When you watch the game, you can't sit that boy. You got to play that boy. Hey, listen. Didn't I tell y'all that this dude Mathurin was the deal? Did I tell y'all? Or did I not? Was I not telling you that this dude Mathurin, like I was telling y'all I would move up to get him? Didn't I tell y'all that? Well, look, did y'all see him the other night? Can that boy play or can't he? I told you. This boy good, man. I would love to see there's a couple of dudes in this draft. Now, I can't second guess my man, the Don. Can't do it. But daggone, I liked Mathurin. I told you about Tari Eason. I told you these dudes were good. Like, I knew that Jabari Smith was going to be all that. And he is. I knew he was going to be up. But I didn't think we had a shot at Jabari. And I told y'all that lighting the behind Chet Holmgren, leave him alone. Didn't I tell you that? I told y'all, lighting behind. He too light in the behind. I expected him to play 50 games. And let me tell you something. I know y'all going to think I'm crazy. This poor Wembanyama, he's really on another level in terms of talent. But he lighting the behind too. I'm just telling you. All right? He's lighting it behind, man. This is the league, baby. You can do all that flash and dash and all that. Yo, that's all good. Talk to Kristaps Porzingis about the grind, though. Talk to Kristaps Porzingis about the grind. So I'm not saying I wouldn't draft this Wembanyama dude from France, but I'm just trying to tell you, he's another light in the behind dude. So watch yourself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Watch yourself. Look at Chet Holmgren. That's all I'm saying. I would probably take the boy, even though he's a soft Frenchie. I would take him, but I'm just saying, that comes with a disclaimer. This dude may not play 50 games. NBA's a grind. NBA's a grind, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm old enough. I'm an old head. I remember watching Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain was 7'1", right? But the dude was strong. Like, I remember seeing him pick up a dude like a Bob Lanier who weighed like a 270, pick him up and move him over here like he was just a piece of light furniture. See, that he could play that 82-game grind, right? But these dudes today, they got all kind of, finesse, and that's all good. And they can shoot threes, and they can play like a point guard. But they too light in the butt for the 82-game season. You got to have some behind on you. Like, look at this dude, Pokuševski. You remember Pokuševski, right? Everybody was hyping Pokuševski. Where Pokuševski at? Now, he playing for OKC, and I still think he's going to be a good player. But see, I'm saying some of y'all is acting like he's going to come out and stud right away. It ain't going to happen like that. This is the league, man. And as far as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, listen, man, I'm very, very happy with the guard tandem we got. We can go far with the guards we got. I ain't giving away the store for nobody right now. I'm really liking the guard tandem of Brunson, D Rose, Deuce, as far as point guard. I'm really liking it. I'm not giving away the store for nobody right now. I like what we got. Let's forget looking at, SGA, no. Stick with what you got. Let's move forward, okay? Let's move forward what we got. Now, speaking of that, the 3-guard tandem, that worked pretty well, man. And Tibbs, what encouraged me is Tibbs noticed it. He said, we tried the 3 guards, and he said, that went pretty well. When he said stuff like that, then they asked him, he said, this is how this works. If you play well, you're going to play. That told me, Mr. Deuce McBride, you getting your 20 minutes a game. You getting your 20 minutes a game, period. And so they were asking, okay, what about D Rose? D Rose only had 5 minutes the first game, and he had 12 minutes the next game. And D Rose, they asked him about that. And D Rose said, well, there's some guys trying to make the team. He wasn't BSing. He said there were some guys trying to make the team. Tibbs said he ain't worried about me. And that's the truth, because that's why I say, look at the minutes that Ryan Arcidiacono got. That's 8 minutes. Now you give that 8 minutes to D Rose. Now you got D Rose at 20 minutes, IQ at 20 minutes, and Deuce McBride at 20 minutes. They could do that. You see what I'm saying? Arcidiacono, I'm not saying he's a scrub or nothing, and he's Villanova and all that, but he probably ain't making a team. He probably ain't making a team, especially when you got all this stack at the point guard spot. And that's what Tibbs said. We heavy, we deep at that spot, and they are. They deep. Okay, so that's what's making me excited. Now, Hartenstein. I love Hartenstein. Everything we thought, right? Runs the floor, hustles, high IQ ball player, shoots the 3, but he got very little athleticism. Okay, I mean, I'm just keeping it real, keeping it a buck with y'all. He's gonna be just what he signed up to be, off the bench for Mitch Rob. He's gonna be off the bench for Mitch Rob. He's gonna start a few games for Mitch Rob, but he's not going to be a superstar or anything. Some of y'all are thinking he could start at the 4. Let's not get carried away. The boy's going to be really good off the bench for Mitch Rob. And he'll be able to start like 10, 12 games. Mitch is starting. Yeah, some of y'all actually thought that Mitch would lose his starting spot to this dude. Some of y'all, come on, baby. Let's wake up. This is the league, man. Mitch is ready to play the grown man's game, baby. Come on. And Mitch, look, I'm going to tell you something right now. There's going to be at least 2, 3, let me just say 4 games this year where Mitchell Robinson is going to take over a game. Every once in a while, a dude like that does it. Like, there was a game Marcus Camby played in Denver where he had 19 rebounds, 20 points, and like 11 blocks. You're going to see Mitchell Robinson have a couple of games, like 3 games, 4 games like that. Okay. And that's going to show you. Don't even talk about him not starting, because that's what I'm saying. And I'm still thinking a double-double, a low double-double for Mitch Robinson. 12 points, 12 boards, probably six boards on the offensive end. Yeah. I still think Keith. I'm not giving up on the thought that Grimes is going to start. Now, what you think? Oh, wait. You're going to throw at me because he missed 2 games in the preseason? Y'all need to wake up. Come on, Keith. Let's not get carried away. Grimes could still start. Let me tell you something. Somebody was trying to compare. Maybe it was you, Keith. I don't want to put words in your mouth, so it might not have been you. But somebody was trying to compare Cam's situation to Grimes' situation. You cannot compare Cam's situation to Grimes' situation. Why? Why can't you compare Cam's situation to Grimes' situation? Why is it not even making any sense to compare this situation? Well, number one, every player drafted in the first round has a 4-year contract. Okay, you understand? Every player drafted in the first round, NBA, NBPA put that together years ago. They get a 4-year deal. Why did they come to 4 years? What is the? Because there was a time they were getting longer deals, but no, they're getting 4-year deal. Why is that? Because you get 4 years to show your worth. Okay, you get 4 years when you draft in the first round. You get 4 years to show that you belong, and to show what level you belong on. Okay, that's everybody from 1 to 30. You get a 4-year. The amount of money goes down as you go further down, but everybody gets a 4-year deal. Okay. In the beginning of that 4-year deal, the team is going to be patient with you. They're going to show you a lot of patience because they invested money in putting you in the first round, right? So they're going to show a lot of patience with you. They're going to give you a lot of rope. But when you're in the end of that 4th-year deal, if you have not shown yourself, you're on the edge of being booted. Cam is in his 4th season. Cam has a lot of talent, but he's been hurt every season. Grimes is in his 2nd season. He's still in the honeymoon phase. He's going to get a lot of rope. He's going to get more rope than everybody because he's got the talent and he's in his 2nd season. Fournier is an established veteran in his prime right now. What you're seeing from Evan Fournier is the best you're going to ever see from Evan Fournier. And he's offensively one of the best shooters in pro basketball, Evan Fournier, especially spot-up shooter. There's very few people like him can shoot the rock like him on a consistent basis. So, but defensively, he's a cone. He's a parking cone defensively. He can't even guard his shadow defensively. Now, he has a high IQ, so they can maybe hide it a little bit, okay? But Grimes don't need nobody hiding him defensively. Let me say that again. Grimes, in his 2nd season, doesn't need anybody hiding him defensively. You could put him on LeBron. He might get toasted, but he's going to give LeBron some time. You could put him on Kawhi. You could put him on Trae Young, the leprechaun. You could put Grimes on almost anybody. Okay? So there's a difference there. So, can Grimes still start? Heck yeah. Don't sleep on it now. Fournier can step in there and play well. He'll keep his spot. But y'all better understand, Fournier's expiring next year. Grimes, it's only a matter of time that Grimes takes the spot. Okay? It's only a matter of time. Okay, you want to say he's not starting this opening night? Fine. Guarantee you next opening night he will. And he may not even wait the whole season. Okay? So don't get carried away with Fournier, okay? Frenchie is all right, but Frenchie built for coming off the bench in the championship team. That's what he built for. Frenchie ain't built to start on no team that making a deep playoff run. He ain't built for that. And some of y'all looking at this, what is this World Cup? What is this FIBA, whatever the hell? Look, man, that ain't the league, baby. Come on, man. Most of them guys couldn't make the league. So he goes off over there. Nice. So did Frank. Shoot. Y'all need to stop. Shoot. FIBA ain't the league. You know what I'm saying? Come on, baby. This is the league, man. Best basketball players in the world. So what I'm saying to y'all is, yeah, Keith, you can hold on to Fournier's nutsack, swing on them a little bit longer, enjoy it. But I'm gonna tell you, don't be surprised. Grimes is coming. He getting grimy. He coming. I'm trying to tell you. Don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Don't be surprised. Grimes is coming. It's just a matter of time. Is it, you want to do this the easy way or the hard way? You know what I'm saying? He's going to do this the easy way or the hard way. It's coming. All right? So, all right. So, if Frenchie does his thing and we still winning, Frenchie going to be there for a minute. Okay? Frenchie going to be there for a minute. Okay. All right. So, but it's all good. All right, Keith, you ain't swinging. Okay. I apologize, Keith Turner. He said he wasn't swinging on Fournier's nutsack. Okay. Gumby was so enough swinging on Julius Randle's, though. They're gone. Gumby act like he got Randle's name tattooed on his underwear somewhere. All right, yo, Keith. I ain't going to dog you like that. I apologize. I'm man enough to say I'm sorry. But Frenchie just holding the spot for Grimes. Whether it's now, or later, whatever, he's just holding the spot for Grimes. That's awesome. Yeah, Gumby like, like Tarzan in the jungle up in this piece. But it's all good. It's sports, right? You got your favorite players. My favorite, like I said, man, I love Benedict Mathurin. Y'all know I like Benedict Mathurin. Y'all know I like Benedict Mathurin and Tari Eason. Y'all know, and some of y'all can see already that, right? It's preseason. You can see these brothers can ball, right? I was trying to tell y'all. Anyway, I'm good. Randle ain't going nowhere then. I don't think the Magic giving up on Isaac yet. And if they did, I don't know. We got to see what happens. I would not mind Obi Toppin starting at the power forward with Jonathan Isaac coming off the bench. I wouldn't mind that at all. But that's probably next year. Right now, I like the fact, if you have Isaac coming off bench behind Obi, man, that's going to be nasty. But for now, with the way Julius Randle is playing right now, and him and Randle, Obi and Randle splitting minutes, brothers, come on, that's working, right? That's working. Obi is now taking the next step. Now, bring me to the next dude, RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, pretty much in the first two games, either he's leading the team in scoring or he's up there. Like Obi led the team in scoring, and then RJ was up there. RJ is a scorer. I've been telling you that from the time the boy came into the league. I was down on him coming out of Duke. I was disappointed that we couldn't get Ja. Very disappointed. But it only took me maybe 10 games for RJ to win me over his rookie year. I didn't think the bully ball would translate. It did. And I wasn't worried about his shot. I felt like he works hard enough, his shot would come. It has. So I'm not worried about him. But one thing I know from the beginning is the boy is a scorer. But what do I mean by a scorer? He going to get his points. He just, he's one of them dudes you look up, he got 20. You say, where did that 20 come from? Okay. Where did that 20 come from? So you're like, damn, he got 20? Yeah, that's RJ. Okay. Now, if the young man could hit his foul shots, and let me see what he did against Indiana. 2 for 2 from the line. Okay. If he can hit, I'm saying if we can get RJ at 75% for the season, he's a 22, 24 point scorer. Okay. If we can get him at 75% for the season, don't let him hit 80, because if he gets 80, he's a 24, 25 point scorer, because he's going to get to the line. He's now at the like when the dude's a rookie, The refs don't give you no call. You get beat up, you don't get nothing, right? I mean, all rookies do. KP, that happened to him his rookie. Remember, he was getting smacked around. RJ was getting smacked around, and he was looking for that respect, wasn't getting it, right? So now he's at the point where he's getting the refs' respect. They know who he is, they know his moves, and he's going to get to the line. Okay. So if he gets to the line like he normally does, what 5-6 times a game, right? If he gets to the line 5-6 times a game and gives us 80%, so now he's going to hit about 4 out of 6, 5 out of 8, something like that, every game. Hey, this cat's going to be a 22, 25 point scorer. Okay, that's going to happen. So he's taking what I'm saying, I guess, is RJ is taking the next step in the progression that we thought he would take. Okay, and he's now the official face of the franchise. Okay, is what it is. Now, that brings me to Emmanuel Quickley. Emmanuel Quickley. The young man is aggressive as ever. His defense has improved, but he is showing, and he works hard, obviously. He is not a point guard. He is not a point guard. He is also, Emmanuel Quickley is a scorer. Okay, so he's going to get his points. He is not a point guard. Okay, that's why even Tibbs mentioned Deuce, D Rose, and Jalen Brunson. He's not a point guard. He's a scorer off the bench. Okay, that's Emmanuel Quickley. And I'm telling y'all right now, I believe he believes he's a starter. I think that Emmanuel Quickley says, I'm a starter in the NBA and I need to start. Somebody said he's New York. This boy ain't New York. He from DC, man. He from Maryland. He ain't New York. And guess who could use a full-time starting point guard for real? The Wizards. So, look, I wouldn't be surprised. You might see him, decide to go to greener pastures for himself next year. But that's next year. This year, I'm glad we got him. You know why? Because, see, although I have to say, and y'all may disagree with me, he freezes out Deuce, man. Homie starts trying to pound the ball. If anybody on the team dribbles too much right now, it's Emmanuel Quickley. This dude will pound the ball. He'll take 12, 13 seconds of the 24 seconds to try and get a shot. And then when he can't, he'll use the last 5 or 6 seconds to try to get the ball to somebody else. You know what? For now, it's all good. But that mess is going to get old. It's going to get old. Okay? It's going to get old. So I'm just going to see that, how this progresses. But, he is not moving the basketball. He is not looking for his teammates unless he has to. Now, he scores now. I love the three-pointers. He scores. I'm just saying he scores. IQ's a scorer. He's going to get his points, man. And you know what? And I want to say I'm glad he's on my team. You know why? Look, JS, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad he's on the team. I'm not trying to dish your boy. I'm glad he's on the team. But you know why? We're going to be glad we got him come playoff time. Because that cat's going to do some work. He's going to try to be like his boy Maxey in playoff time. I'm telling you, IQ's going to do some work in playoff time. I'm really excited to have him on my team playoff time. Okay? Boy, I dribble too much. Way too much. But IQ's going to be, he's a dog. I ain't going to front. IQ's a dog, man. Okay? So you could be a dog, you could be good, and you could be a ball hog at the same time. I mean, the classic example on Mount Rushmore of ball hogs that are great is Kobe Bryant. Right? Kobe said, if you don't work as hard as me, I ain't even passing you the basketball. Ain't nobody argue with him. Dude got 5 rings, right? So rest in peace. So you got dudes like that. IQ's in that. He's not Kobe, obviously, but I'm saying he's in that realm of I've dribbled too much. I'm going to shoot a lot, but y'all going to be happy at the end because I'm going to help y'all win the basketball game. That's IQ. Okay? That's IQ. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So you could be a ball hog, you could dribble too much, and you could still be effective. He's an example of that. Okay? He's a shoot first. That's right. He's a shoot first guard. That's exactly what he is. Now, Cam. Now listen, I know Cam's stats did not look good Friday. As you looking at the box score, like I did before I watched the game, I said, man, Cam didn't, what, 1 of 7 from the field, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Oh my God, what did Cam do? But then I watched the game. And put it this way. His defense is light years ahead of Evan Fournier's defense. The basket that he did score, did you notice the basket that he did score? He got the deflection. The ball went to Randall. Randall led the break. Cam filled the lane, got the basketball, and did that reverse flip thing that only he could do. Somebody put it on Twitter. Only one guy in the Knicks could do that shot. That's Cam. He did that little flip thing, man, and got the ball in and made it look easy. Daggone, this boy is something else, man. So, the defense, and Tom Thibodeau mentioned that, the defense, the length, the athleticism, the running the floor. He needs to get in the rhythm. I'm glad Tom sees that. He needs to get in the rhythm. And I'm saying, if you let Cam run with that unit for a minute, they're going. And that's the question to me. The question is not at this stage, in my view, whether Cam could play on a high level. I am convinced he can. The question is, will he get the opportunity to do that? See, that's the question. Will he get the opportunity? Okay, so, and I don't know if he will. I honestly don't know if he will. That's what I'm saying. Will Cam get the? What do y'all think? In fact, let me do that. Let me do that. Because what we thinking now? I'm thinking Cam really needs like 20 minutes a game. How many minutes did he play the other night? He needs a good 20 minutes a game. He played 21 minutes. He needs 20 minutes a game. But how he gonna get that when Grimes comes back? When you got this Frenchie there, that's the key. I don't know. That's my problem. I don't know. See, let me see. Let me make this plain. All right, here's a question. Here's a question. Will Cam Reddish get an opportunity to show out this season? And when I mean show out, I mean getting this 21 minutes a game. Now, honestly, in order for this to happen, okay, you're going to have to move Fournier. There's just no way you're going to be able to play Fournier starters minutes and get Cam 20 minutes. There's just no way that's going to happen. Okay, there's just no way. So I don't know how that would work. Okay, I don't know how that's going to work. And Tibbs has got, he's got a dilemma. And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to dog Tibbs here. He's got a dilemma. He's got Cam Reddish, he's got Quentin Grimes, and he's got Evan Fournier. Okay. And I feel like if you keep giving, like, let's put it this way. If Cam was to continue to start at the 3, the boy would be showing out by 30 games. You would see him drop a couple of 30-point games. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It is my belief that if you let Cam continue to start at the 3, you will get better defense. And there'll be a couple, by the time you get to the 30th game, there'll be a couple of games where Cam can drop 30 on somebody. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And you have RJ at the 2. Oh my gosh, man. That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't trade both of them, Joe Curry. I wouldn't trade both of them. Joe Curry said trade Fournier and Reddish. No. We were talking about KRS-One. Remember, JL and me, we were talking about KRS-One the other day. He was surprised I remember this old rap from like 89. Anyway, there was one we said, you trying me? No. You don't want to trade both of them. You don't want to trade both of them. No. If you trade one of them, if you trade Fournier, now you have Cam and Grimes and RJ and IQ, right? And they could all get minutes. We've seen it. They could all get minutes. Okay. I wouldn't trade both of them. I wouldn't trade both of them. Okay. Now, the easier one to trade and get something back is Cam. I think we agree with that. I mean, just being objective about it for a second, as much as I love Cam, the easier of the two of those cats to trade and get something back is Cam. Okay. I wouldn't trade both of them though. I would try to trade Fournier if I could. You got to, because look, being real, how you gonna get all of them the minutes they need? Fournier gonna need 20 minutes, right? Cam gonna need 20 minutes. Graham gonna need 20 minutes. Look, okay. Mathematically speaking, I don't want to get too deep on the numbers with some of y'all, but some of y'all are smart enough to keep, with the numbers to keep this up. Okay, so on a basketball floor in a game, there's 240 minutes that need to be divided. That's the total number of minutes in a game on a basketball floor. Okay, 240. Each position, 1 through 5, is 48 minutes. Okay, so you got 5 positions. Each position is 48 minutes. That's 240 minutes. Okay. So if you got 48 minutes, say for the 2 spot, so you want to give 3 guys 20 minutes. So that means one of those guys is going to play something other than the 2 spot, right? So you could get Cam at the 3. Now, how many minutes did RJ play the other day? How many minutes did he play? RJ played 27, 28 minutes. Hey, listen, I like that number for RJ. So if RJ can play 28 minutes, you got 20 minutes at the 3 for somebody like Cam. Does that make sense, y'all? If you can play RJ 28 minutes, you got 20 minutes for Cam. Okay? You got 20 minutes for Cam. But then Fournier, now you got Grimes, Fournier, and don't forget Emmanuel Quickley, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you could work it out. It's a good problem to have, though, right? It's a good problem to have. JL, it's a good problem to have, right? It's a good problem to have. I mean, when you're trying to distribute minutes because everybody plays, it's a really good problem to have. But there you go, man. So it looks like y'all think Cam is going to get his shot. This looks like that. Let me see. 66% of y'all say Cam's going to get his shot to show out this year. Okay. I hope you're right. I like that. I hope you're right. Jabroni, you think he's going to get 34 minutes a game, RJ? That's not a crazy number because we've seen that happen already. So that's not crazy. Cape Verde in the house. All right, Marcus Graham. Off the coast of the motherland. Cape Verde. All right, Cape Verde in the house. Off the coast of the motherland. Africa. All right. Oh, yes, 2189. So let's put 2189. That's a very good question. Does the rotation go up from 9? Well, let's look at Indiana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 guys played 10 minutes or more. 11 guys played 10 minutes or more. Now, honestly, realistically, I'm thinking it's going to be 10 guys. Usually, Tibbs does 9. I'm thinking that the guys that are not going to get as many minutes as we'd like is Jericho on a regular basis. Jericho will get minutes, but it's going to be spotty because Hartenstein and Mitch Rob. Now, if he keeps, I like the rotation. Notice what he did at the 5 spot. Mitch Rob played about 19 minutes. Hartenstein played about 16. That's 35. And then Jericho played 13. That's 48. I like the way they distributed those minutes. That was really nice. But somebody's going to miss out. So I'm saying Archie Diacomo, Farron Hunt, Jalen Harris, Trevor Keels, forget it. Forget it. Daquan Jeffries, gone. Forget it. Those minutes are gone. So now you got to figure out, and I'm thinking Deuce is keeping 20 minutes. I like the 3-guard line. You put Deuce out there on most anybody, and you're going to lock him up, baby. You're going to do it. So I think Tibbs knows that. Svi is probably 7 minutes a game. I think Svi is 7 minutes a game. If we need shooting at some point, they'll bring him in. I don't see him getting a lot of minutes, right? He's definitely not in the rotation, right? But it's an 82 game season. Okay, it's an 82 game season. So all 3 of the 5, I told you they're gonna all play, and they are. Okay, but we're gonna have to see. Somebody ain't getting minutes. And you remember, Grimes is coming back. I think Grimes will be back for the next game. I'm just predicting that. I think Grimes will be back for the next game. Fournier will be back for the next game. So I don't know what they're going to do, man. This is going to be very interesting to see how this works out, because they got to make some cuts. They got to make some cuts this week, and so you're gonna get down to a 15-man roster. And so I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know. It's a good problem to have. I don't know how this is going to work out. And there's so many ways to mix and match. And Tibbs said that. He said he's going to mix and match. And he did. He's been mixing and matching. You got Cam playing 20-something. You got Deuce out there. You got Deuce, D-Rose, and Quick playing together. You got Randall. And I think a big thing was reducing Randall's minutes. If you can keep Randall to 25 minutes a game, and I can see them doing that, so that Obi can get his 20 minutes a game. I mean, look what Obi did. He played 20 minutes. He had 24 points. Some of y'all talking about he can't shoot. What is wrong with some of y'all, man? What is it? I mean, I'm not saying the boy Steph Curry, but he does more than dunk. And that speed is elite. And you can see he has a talent for getting in the open floor. And you have Jalen Brunson and Deuce looking for him. Jalen Brunson and Deuce and D-Rose looking for him, okay? I'm telling y'all, he's going to get his 20 minutes. Obi's getting his. So is Deuce. I don't know who's the odd man out. And I don't want to say it's Cam, because I don't want to see Cam not get his minutes, man. Cam can help us win some basketball games. And like I said, man, Frenchie's cool. Frenchie's a cool dude. He is, right? I ain't going to front. Frenchie's a cool dude. I like him in New York, man. But daggone, I'd like to see my man Cam get the minutes. That's all I'm saying. Frenchie's cool, man. Yeah, Frenchie cool. I was seeing some knucklehead, and I will say knucklehead because I don't know the dude's name. I don't think I even know the dude. He was saying the Knicks are in purgatory. Like, he was saying the Knicks, they were in the bottom, now they're in purgatory. Like, listen here, man. Some people, listen here. You're not going to go from being a losing team, in rebuild mode to champion in one season. You hear what I'm saying? You got to, there's steps, the progress. I mean, so in Tibbs' first 2 seasons, they are 78 and 76. They are 78 and 76. And listen, if I was to tell you after the Jeff Hornacek years, right? After the other dude from the Lakers, the other 2 dudes, and then of course Fizz Goggles. If I were to tell you they'd turn around from 20 wins and 17 wins, and they'd be 78 and 76 in the next 2 seasons, would you have taken that? Of course you would. Of course you would have taken it. Okay, of course you would. Okay, so this is a good spot. And I'm going to tell you what right now. 45 is the minimum. 45 wins. 45. So I'm saying 45 and 37, but they could go up to 50. My man Lee, what's my man Lee, right, Jalen? My man Lee said, I'm going to hit the 50 burger. I said, my man, do that. That's all I'm saying. He said, my man, I'm going to hit the 50 burger. I said, oh my goodness, Lee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I'm saying, yeah, he went for the 50 burger. But I'm saying the minimum 45. I'd be very, very happy if they were 45 and 37 this year. If they did better, they do better, man. I'm all in. But what I'm saying is, if they did do 45 and 37, right? They did do 45 and 37. That would mean over the 3 years of Tibbs, the Knicks would be 123, and 113. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's a rebuilding team. Can Oklahoma City say that in their 3 years? Can Oklahoma City say that in their last 3 years? Huh? How about Houston? Can Orlando say that in their 3 years? Right? We're talking about a rebuilding team. Okay? So I like the position we're in. We're in very good position right here. Yeah, East is tough. You know the East is tough. East is rough. Ain't no doubt. East is tough, yo. I ain't gonna front. But somebody coming out of that top 6, my squad needs that seat. That's all I'm saying. My squad needs that seat. That's all I'm saying. One of y'all coming out, I don't know who it is, if it's Boston, Milwaukee, I don't know, Brooklyn, I don't know, Philly, somebody coming out of that top 6. We need that seat. Some of y'all got to get up. Y'all got to get up. You ain't got to go home. You just got to get up out of this top 6 because the Knicks need that seat. That's all I'm saying. Adele Chapman asks, is Wembanyama, right, let me say his name right. Wembanyama, is he the truth or the next KP? Well, he's both. He is the truth and he is the next KP. The boy lighting the behind. Hey, listen here. Is Chet Holmgren, when you saw him at Gonzaga, would you say he's very skilled and talented on a high level? Would you say that? When you saw him at Gonzaga, did you say, Chet Holmgren, man, Chet Holmgren, man, Chet Holmgren? Was y'all, some of y'all was heavy on that young man's nutsack. Some of y'all was now. Be real about it. And at the time, I told you, I'm staying away from him. He's too light in the butt for the league right now. I'm seeing KP. Now, listen, I'm not saying KP ain't no scrub. I mean, be real. KP ain't no scrub. He's all-star level talent. KP ain't no scrub now. But the boy is too light in the behind for you to depend on him for more than 50, 60 games a year. That's all I'm saying. And I'm seeing Wembanyama the same thing. The boy is going to be unstoppable type player. But can he play more than 50 games in the season? That's all I'm saying. KP ain't no front. I mean, listen here. I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but if I could trade Randall for KP today, I'm doing it. And I'm having KP play behind Obi. Yeah, I'm doing it. If I could do it. That's all I'm saying. If it was a perfect world, I'm taking KP. Come here, Mr. K. Come back home, baby. Come back home. And you play behind my man Obi. I would do it. He ain't no scrub. And neither is Wembanyama, whatever his name is. He ain't no scrub. He got Hall of Fame talent. But can he play 82 games in the league? See, y'all look at KD and y'all say, well, he could be KD. He could. But how many skinny brothers like KD could play like that? How many you seen in the history? Skinny brothers could play like that. How many? How many skinny brothers like KD could put out like that? Huh? How many? That's what I'm saying. KD is the exception. And we're not talking about the young man, Wembanyama, whatever his name is. We're not talking about his talent. The boy obviously is the type of talent that comes along once every 10 years. But you got to have something in your behind to play 82 games. That's all I'm saying. We're not even talking about 82. Can he play 72? I told y'all Chet Holmgren wasn't going to last 50 games. The young man couldn't even get to training camp. He couldn't even get to training camp. I don't know. What did he break? Was it a foot or something? At least KP played 40, 50 games. Shoot. That young boy couldn't even get to training camp. So I'm saying, you taking a risk with Wembanyama. You are. He could turn into, KD. He could. And I honestly, if the Knicks was really bad, like if I was Detroit looking bad or Oklahoma City looking bad, I would try to get him. I would. But the Knicks are not in that position, y'all. We just not there. We are past that. Y'all need to understand we passed that. We're in year 3 and we're moving on up. We doing like the Jeffersons. We moving on up. Oh, is that what he just stepped on LeBron's foot? Can't walk and chew gum or without getting himself hurt. You know, and look at they're going Anthony Davis. Some people still like, you know, swinging on that nut. Man, please keep Anthony Davis, man. I don't want to be paying him $150 million to be sitting on my bench. Man, don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they traded Anthony Davis. I wouldn't. Listen here. Let me ask you all a question. Here's another. Let me give you all another one. Here's another. Watch this. Wait. Watch this. Here's another. All right. We all think Cam won't show up. Okay, great. I think so too. I hope so. Anyway. All right. Here's a question. Would you trade? Here's one. Anthony Davis for Miles Turner and what's that other boy's name? What's the boy's name out of Oklahoma State? Buddy Hield. Yeah, here's one. Here's one. Look at it now. Would you trade Anthony Davis for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield right now? Would you do it? If you're the Lakers, would you do that? Would you trade Anthony Davis for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield right now? Straight up. Would you do it? Maybe the Lakers throw in the number 1. No, they wouldn't do that for Anthony. No, but that's it. All right, vote. Let's see. Vote. You know, do what Obama said. Do what rainbow loving Obama said. Don't talk. Vote. That's what your rainbow boy said. He said, vote. Go ahead, vote. It's 50-50, man. Some of y'all 50-50. I would do it. I would do it. And you know why I would do it? Because Anthony Davis is a part-time superstar. He's part-time superstar. Oh, I don't know about that, old dog. They can replace between Miles Turner and Buddy Hield. They're replacing Anthony Davis scoring now. You know, I would do it. I'm just saying. But that's how injury prone Anthony Davis is to me. So 54% of y'all saying, heck no, y'all wouldn't do it. 46% of y'all saying, yeah, I would do it. He's too injury prone, man. When Anthony Davis plays, you better have 2 sets of crutches. You better have some walking boots. You better have an ambulance outside. You better have some specialists on hand. You got to have the whole medical team prepared when that young man hits the floor because he might trip over himself and hurt himself. Okay. I think he hurt himself on a daggone coffee table before the season this year. Didn't he? He said, hell to the no. Keith, my man, Keith Turner. All right, Keith. All right. All I'm saying is, is Miles Turner just as hurt? You might be right about that, old dog. Is he just as hurt? You know what? I haven't watched enough of his games. Whether he hurt. Is he one of them needing ambulances all the time too? Miles Turner? Is he like that? Did he stay hurt? Okay. Then I can understand your rationale. But my point in putting that out is that Anthony Davis is continually hurt. But I hate it. If Miles Turner, hey, by the way, did Miles Turner play yesterday? Did he play Friday night? Because I ain't heard nothing from the boy. I think Mitch Rob put the shutdown on that brother. 0 for 4. He scored a whole 3 points. Oh, he got 9 boards. He did get 2 blocks, but daggone, I wouldn't have known he was in the game. What happened to him? Was he shooting 6 threes like he did last year? Let me tell you something. You know, speaking to that. Look here. Last Friday night was one of them games where you get some cat like a Mathurin or a Turner or a Duarte, and they come in Madison Square Garden and show the heck out, and all of a sudden have career nights and make the Knicks look bad. We've seen that picture. Matter of fact, we saw it last year, didn't we not? Duarte came in and killed us one night. Turner. And that would have happened Friday. Friday was, and not only that, I don't know if y'all have noticed, and I don't have these numbers officially, But the Knicks generally are not that good on Friday nights. Like, I don't know what it is. The Friday night Knicks, they don't show out like they do on other nights. I don't know what it is, right? They lose more games. I think we lost to like freaking Oklahoma City on Friday night. I mean, it gets bad on Friday night for the Knicks. So this Friday night was one of them nights that was set up for a dude like Mathurin to come in and introduce himself to the NBA in the preseason by dropping 40 on the Knicks, right? Or Duarte, like I said, or Miles Turner. But not last Friday night. Not last Friday night. Mitch wasn't having it. Mitch Rob wasn't having it. CW Flash is garbage. So far, I'm not impressed with him. CW Flash, you give up too easily, my brother. You give up too easily. You got to give a brother a little bit more leeway, CW Flash. Did you see the young man's defense Friday night? Did you observe how he played the defensive end Friday night? Did you observe how they played as a defensive unit with him on the floor? Did you observe that? What, are you looking at his 1 of 7 shooting and thinks he stink because he shot 1 of 7? Is that what you're doing, CW Flash? Because I'm telling you, the brother played defense on a high level Friday night. See, that's what I was thinking too when I saw the stats and I said, man, it didn't look too good for Cam on Friday night. I didn't see the game, right? I saw the stats and it didn't look too good for Cam on Friday night. Oh my gosh, man. He played all the minutes, only got 1 of 7. Oh my God. But then I watched the game. And when I saw the game, I was like, okay, I see it. The young man played defense on a level that was light years ahead of anything Fournier could provide for us. We weren't missing Fournier scoring. Why? Because I think we had 6 guys in double figures, right? Let me see here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6. We had 6 guys in double figures. And Mihailuk, whatever his name is, that brother had 8, only 7 minutes. So we weren't missing Fournier shooting. And yet we got better defense. So yeah, don't crap on Cam because he was 1 of 7. You looked at the box score and say, oh, he's 1 of 7. Please look at the game. Because Cam put some defense out there. He was really good on defense. They were literally on a string. Did y'all notice the first unit on a string? And this is the thing. Obi came off that daggone bench with Mob D. And they was killing, right? They was killing. Okay. In fact, let me look at the stat. I think they really like destroyed them on the bench. Let me look at the summary here. I think they destroyed them bench scoring wise. I think it was not even close. I think like the bench scoring for the Knicks was like ridiculous against Indiana. Okay. And I think it was. I gotta look at it. I think I didn't see it right here, but that's what I'm saying. So when you have a starting unit, that's playing as well as our starting unit did, which brings me to the 2 stars of the game we're going to talk about. One of them I alluded to already, which is Julius Randle, to me. But I'm looking for the bench scoring here. I ain't got it here, but I'm sure the Knicks killed them on the bench scoring. I'm sure they did. I'm just trying to find the official stat here. But I'm sure, Jay Ellis, I'm sure you got it. They killed them on. I'm sure they killed them. They killed them. They killed him on the bench scoring. I'm sure they did. Okay. Yeah, give him more time, CW. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate that. $2. But yeah, give Cam a little bit more time. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. But what was I saying? The bench unit came in, and Jalen Brunson. Look, again, let me be real. I was not into getting Jalen Brunson. I definitely wasn't into giving him anything 80 million or more. I wasn't into it. I just said, no, I don't want that. You know why? I was very zealous to let both IQ and my man Deuce get those minutes. I was like, no. I want IQ and Deuce to get those minutes. Don't mess around and get no Jalen Brunson. We don't need him. But daggone it, I'm glad we did. I'm glad the Knicks didn't listen to Raw Hebrew and they went and got Brunson. I'm glad they paid him the $104 million. I'm glad they did it. He's what they used to say back in the day, y'all. Some of y'all may not know this. They used to say, man, he's all that in a bag of chips, right? Give me all that, right? And a bag of chips, go with it. Because that's Jalen Brunson. He's all that in a bag of chips. For real, for real, for real. For real, for real, for real, for real. Okay? So I was like, daggone, he controls the offense. He's nowhere near as bad on defense as some of us thought he might be. Now, Donovan Mitchell is. Donovan Mitchell is bad on defense. So him and Brunson would have been kind of tough. But you put RJ or Cam out there with Brunson. The man is a high IQ ball player on both ends of the ball. And man, and you can see Julius Randle respects him. Even a couple of times, like the 2 or 3 or 4 times Julius dribbled the ball up, Brunson dribbled, ran beside him, and as soon as he crossed that court, he handed the ball to Brunson, as he should. Man, and this is the difference when you have a real point guard. A real point guard, right? I mean, that's all we're really talking about, right? We're not really, I mean, and I hope Brunson's an all-star. I don't even know. I mean, he could be, but there's a lot of competition in the East. I mean, you're talking about some really good players, Kyrie Irving, you know, you're talking about LaMelo Ball. You're talking about, you know, Tyrese Maxey. You're talking about some players. You're talking about Jrue Holiday. You're talking about, you know, Marcus Smart. You're talking about some guys that he's up against, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't an all-star this year, but that don't mean nothing. He is really, really good on the Knicks. Really, really good on both ends of the basketball. He is the difference maker. And what I like about it is this. If he got hurt, okay, I'm very confident because D Rose is waiting in the rings, and I'm very confident in Deuce. Both of those cats can wait in the rings and come out and play. But if they don't, and my man Brunson, and the thing about Brunson, he doesn't play above the rim game. So he's not like he's going to get hurt. Like he doesn't play like John Morant. Like he's not like above the rim 90% of the time. He's a on the floor type of dude, scrambling type of dude, man. And he's in shape, right? And so he's not the type that's going to blow out his ACL the way D Rose did, because D Rose played above the rim, right? That's not him. So his game is predicated on IQ and playing on the floor level. So, you know, he'll probably be able to play 72 games. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, man, I'm very excited that we have him, man. I mean, very excited. We could go far. The footwork is on the, you know, it's not even good. It's great. The footwork of Jalen Brunson is in that school of DeMar DeRozan footwork. And I consider DeMar DeRozan's footwork the best in the NBA. But he's right there. He's in that master class, Professor Jalen Brunson, with the footwork. There's no doubt. Okay, don't even argue that with me, because forget it. Okay, so he has got that to a science, man. And man, very, very good. And again, I cannot praise Julius Randle enough. I can't, because he didn't turn the ball over. He's not forcing shots. He's making his rotations. I saw him. I was watching him. I see a lot of y'all watching. When I see stuff, I'm looking at see if he makes rotations. Does he get to his spot the way he's supposed to defensively? Man, he does. He's been doing it. And he's rebounding like he always does. Oh, my gosh, man. Didn't argue with the ref. I didn't see Julius jump in the ref face once in these last 2 games. I seen all these dudes. You know, McConnell was jumping in the ref's face. All these cats, man, jumping. Even RJ, they were arguing with the ref. Not Julius Randle. No, he wasn't. No, he was not. He was not arguing with the referees. Not at all, at all, at all. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He just went back and played the other end of the ball. Man, if he could continue to do that with Jalen Brunson and Obi coming off the bench the way he does, brethren, man. So that being the case, 45 wins minimum, 6 seed. That's all I'm talking about. 45 wins, 6 seed. That's all I'm saying. And I don't care who got to drop. Somebody dropping out that top 6. I don't care who it is. I don't know. I don't care. The Knicks gonna be 4 seed. You know, they are. I mean, 6 seed. If they go to the 4th seed, that'd be unbelievable. That really would be unbelievable, and I would be happy. Obviously, CW Fast. I heard Kyrie was too tired to play the other night. Imagine if he tried to pull that. New York Brunson is about to take over New York. I hope you're right, CW Fast. Well, come on, let's be real though. Kyrie Irving, though, probably one of the top 3 talents as far as point guards in our league in the NBA right now. Definitely, to me, he's taken the mantle as the best finisher in the NBA. But he only plays about 60 games a season, right? I mean, Kyrie plays about 60 games for whatever reason, hurt, protest, whatever. He plays and he's a real brother. I mean, Kyrie's a real brother. To me, he's misunderstood, and he likes to make statements. He uses his platform to make statements. I support Kyrie. I wouldn't want him on my team because of the drama he brings. But as a brother, you can't get no more real than Kyrie Irving. But he really only plays 60 games a year. Okay. The key thing for the Nets, if I'm Nash, I'm resting him. I'm making sure he doesn't overexert himself because I want him for the playoffs. If the Nets get a healthy Kyrie, a healthy KD, and a healthy Simmons into the playoffs, they're the favorites to take the whole thing. I'm just telling you right now. If they get those 3 guys healthy, but that's a big if because Kyrie only plays 60 games. I don't know what Simmons is going to be like if he's going to return to what he was doing before, the head stuff started messing with him. If he can do that, they're going to be rough because KD's going to be KD, but they're going to be rough, man. They got a really good supporting cast. If those guys are healthy, they're going to be very rough. They're going to be really tough to beat. I ain't going to front. The more established teams like your Milwaukee's, your Boston's, like when I say established, the guys been playing together for a minute. They ain't just start together this year or last year. They've been playing together for a minute, especially Milwaukee won a chip. They could probably beat the Nets because they've been together longer. But in terms of if the Nets can stay healthy and get those guys on the same page for the whole season, which is a big if, like I said, because Kyrie don't play he plays 60 games at the most. They're going to be tough to beat. They are. They're going to be tough to beat. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, though, because I don't see it happening. I just don't. The Knicks superstars did that. That's right. One goes down, the next one comes in and applies the pressure. That's right. Secret remedy for 82 games. Justin Smith, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the excellent comment. That's exactly right. I agree with him. This team, and y'all going to think I'm crazy again, Raw Hebrew is telling you that the 22-23 New York Knicks team is a lot like the 2004 Detroit Pistons team. And they got a similar coach, too. A coach that's hard on his point guard, that's very difficult, very stubborn in his ways, knows how to win, and never won a chip. That was Larry Brown in 2004. Never won a chip, always taking his teams to the playoffs, never going far, getting knocked out the first round. That was Larry Brown. Took Philly to the finals with Allen Iverson. But no superstar on that team. They had Chauncey Billups. They had the kid from UConn. They had the undersized 5 that was a defensive ace. They had really, and they had Sheed at the end of his career. Sheed wasn't in his prime right there, but Sheed was Sheed, right? They had all of that. Richard Hamilton was their 2 guard, but they had depth. And they played defense on a high level, and they was together, and they shocked the world and beat the Lakers. The Lakers with both Kobe and Shaq, they beat them. Okay, so they had the Knicks. This Knicks team is a lot like that team. There's no superstar, but they're playing together. They're playing defense. They bought into Tibbs' system. They got depth. Don't sleep on them. That's all I'm saying. Don't sleep on the Knicks. Don't sleep on them. Okay. And Brunson is a lot like Chauncey Billups in that he can be Mr. Big Shot. He really could. Brunson can be Mr. Big Shot. He can hit a big shot for you, okay? And he ain't scared at the moment. Did we see that against who is that? They played Golden State. Did we see that? Did we see that? Didn't he? Who is it they knocked out to get to Golden State? They were playing Phoenix. Oh yeah, Phoenix. Chris Paul and them. Yeah. So don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on him. That's all I'm saying. Don't sleep on him. Is Richard Hamilton? What do you mean rest in peace? Rip. Oh, I thought you was telling me Hamilton died, Jerry. You scared me for a second, man. I was like, what? What do you mean? Did he die and I didn't know? No, Richard Hamilton, he's all right. Yeah. Rip Hamilton, that's right. Rip Hamilton. Yeah. So, don't sleep on this Knicks squad. They'll let the media sleep on. I want to see how they start answering when the Knicks start winning. Keith Turner, you and me both. I like Deuce at West Virginia. And I saw Deuce as a dude they would get because he's Tibbs straight up. Huggins is the college version of Tom Thibodeau. Rob Huggins is the college version of Tom Thibodeau. Okay, that's him. And so Deuce was Deuce, in West Virginia. And so I knew that Tiz would love it. And so here we are. Okay. Grimes, I thought we would get the kid Trey Murphy III. I thought we would get him. I thought Duarte was moving up the boards too fast for us to get him. I had picked the Knicks to get Duarte, but then I thought Trey Murphy III, I was very high on Trey Murphy III, who New Orleans ended up getting before we picked also. But then I liked Grimes. I liked Grimes after that, and they ended up getting him, and they moved down to get him. I was surprised at that, but I liked Grimes and Deuce that year. I like Deuce above most of the guards I saw, except guys that were going to be in the top 12. I wanted, if you could tell me that year, I told somebody, who would you move up to get that year? I wanted Scotty Barnes. If I could have got Scotty Barnes, I would have traded a whole bunch to get him because I believed at the time, and I still do, that Scotty Barnes is probably the best player in that draft, man. And he proved it last year being Rookie of the Year. Okay. I would love to have gotten Scotty Barnes. I wasn't sure about LaMelo Ball because he was a boom or bust. Now, of course, he ended up being boom, boom, right? But I wasn't sure, if he was going to be able to translate all of that into the NBA, and he obviously did. But I was very sure about Scotty Barnes. I knew Scotty Barnes coming out of Florida State, with Hamilton's program. I knew he was going to come out and be the deal, and he has been. But I would have loved to, but I'm glad we got Grimes. Yeah, I love Scotty Barnes. Now, he's the only guy I would really have traded up for that year, Scotty Barnes. But yeah, I wanted Scotty Barnes. But whatever. And this year, though, Tari Eason, I think he's going to be a player. Matherin's going to be a player. Obviously, Jaden Ivey's going to be a player. He's going to be a really good player. All of those guys are going to be really, really good. I still am high on Jeremy Sohan. I was looking at the San Antonio papers and their news. They're trying to move somebody. I think they're trying to move McDermott to move Sohan into the starting lineup. The brother's already playing elite NBA level defense. He's not on the offensive end like we thought. I mean, he's going to be, but not right now. But he's already Dennis Rodman on the defensive end. Sohan. And so I still wanted him, but RJ to his child abuse. Bully ball all night, baby. You're going to give a nightmare to some people. But let's see what happens, man. Yeah, the Nets there's too many ifs. Kyrie may not make it, and I don't know what Simmons is going to do. It's just too much. And they just coming together. This is really the first year all three of them will be playing together, and they don't have any camaraderie. It's not like you got LeBron there that can just bring people there when in his prime and just win. It ain't like that. So I don't know, but I like Milwaukee and Boston in the East, but the Knicks are going to knock somebody out. Somebody coming. And I don't care what Imoni Udoka did. The Celtics just too good, and whoever that young man is, they got coaching them. He's going to be all right. They're going to be all right. They ain't missing nothing. He's going to be all right. They're going to be good. So I'm not worried, but the Knicks coming. Don't sleep on the New York Knicks, baby. They coming. Here they come. Okay. Better record Knicks versus the Nets. That's a good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't want to predict other teams. I'm just telling you, if the Knicks continue to play like this, they're top six. Whoever has to move out of that top six, I don't know, whether it's the Nets or the Bulls or the Cavs. I don't know. But the Knicks are going to be there. And that's all I know. Somebody getting bowled out, but I don't know. Yeah, the Knicks are going to be there. So I don't know what's going to happen. And don't sleep on the Bulls either, because Billy Donovan can coach some basketball, baby. I mean, I underestimated him at Florida. He proved me wrong. Then I thought coming to OKC, he was going to prove me wrong. So Billy Donovan can coach some basketball, okay? Don't sleep on it, even without Lonzo. Ayo Dosunmu, we liked him too. Then we like Ayo Dosunmu. Like, I wanted Deuce and Grimes before him, but I liked Ayo Dosunmu coming out of Illinois. I liked him. He's showing he could play ball now. So don't sleep on the Bulls. You know what the Bulls mentioned? I always thought Vucevic was overrated. He's one of them empty stat dudes. I always thought that. He's an empty stat dude. He's not helping you win games with his stats. Okay? I always thought that. And he's proven that to be true. That's the problem. The Bulls would love to have Mitchell Robinson, but there's nobody on the Bulls I would want. Even my man Pat Will, and I love Pat Will. He's another one from Florida State, man. Hamilton program. But there's nobody in the Bulls I want. Yeah, it's gonna be fun watching them play the Cavs. But y'all, you see, this is the thing, and I'm getting ready to go, but let me tell y'all this. The first half of the season is going to be very exciting, y'all, because we got a lot of big games. They're on the road a long time in November and December, and they got a lot of big games, the Knicks do. They're playing all the best teams in the West between October and December. All the best teams in the West. They're playing Golden State, They're playing Golden State, Denver. They're playing all the best teams, Minnesota. They're playing all the best teams in the West. So Clippers, they're playing all of them. The Suns, they're gonna play all of them. So I'm just looking forward to watch them go through that grind against this really tough teams in the West, because it's gonna make the Knicks better. No matter what happens, they're gonna be better at the end of it, because they got to go through a grind in the West. They got a long road trip like in November, and some back-to-backs. They got more back-to-backs. I think they got the 5th most back-to-backs in the league. Okay. So yeah, I'm very excited to watch our Knicks play, man. Starting this Wednesday is going to be interesting, because there's going to be some cuts made. You're going to see Indiana come back, make adjustments. It's going to be interesting how the Knicks respond on Wednesday night, because you're going to see a closer look to their regular team Wednesday, as everybody's ramping up for the season now. So you got 2 more preseason games. We got the Knicks against the as I mentioned, Pacers on Wednesday, and then you have Washington on Friday. So those are the last 2 regular season preseason games. You got on the 19th in Memphis, a beautiful game to start off. You know, I like that. Let them play Memphis right up front. Let's get it over with. Let's see what we could do. Memphis is ready to play, y'all. Ain't no joke. Memphis is ready to play. They're top 4 in the West, in my opinion. And I think everybody in the West is sleeping on the Clippers. The Clippers are going to be rough. I predict the Clippers to take the West, especially if Kawhi and Paul George stay healthy. I think they might take the West. Them and Golden State, them the 2 super teams. In the West, Golden State and the Clippers. Watch the Clippers. They're gonna be rough this year. Okay, don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. So, yeah, I'm hoping the Knicks come through this beginning of the season really good, because if they do, I don't think they're gonna blow Memphis out now. It's gonna be close. It'll be a grind, man. Memphis is good, man. They're really good. Y'all see Memphis play this preseason? They really good. Is Ja playing? If Ja's playing, Ja's that dude, man. So, and they got a really good supporting cast around him. You know, so if the Knicks get play-in spot, do we trade up for draft and sign free agency, or trade and sign for pieces? I say if they get in the play-in, you just play the play-in and see where it falls out. I don't want to start making no moves right there. Let's just play it and let's see how it plays out. If they're a play-in team, and let me just put this caveat: if the Knicks are a play-in team with 45 wins, I'm just playing it out and see what happens. I'm just playing it out. I'm not trying to make no move. We play it out. Okay. Yeah. I'm just playing it out. See what happens. If they're a 45 win team and that's a play-in, because it's not good enough to get higher than the play-in, I'm still playing it out. I'm still playing it out and see how we do, because that would be a tremendous foot forward. Remember, we just finished in year 3 of Tease right here, so it'd be a good step forward for us to get 45 wins. It'd be a very good season. excellent season. And if that means playing, let's just see how we do. Let's see how we do. Okay. The season begins October 19th, Adele. It's beginning in a week and 3 days. October 19th, Wednesday, against the Memphis Grizzlies in Memphis. Yeah. So it's coming. It's coming. Yeah. So to me, my goal for the Knicks is 45 plus wins and a first round win. They lose in the second round, I'm happy with that. If that's what happens, if they beat somebody in the first round and lose in the second round, to me, we had a tremendous season. That's our next step. And then I'm looking for a next step next year. But this year, that'll be good. Okay, that'll be good. If they do that, I'm happy. Yeah. If John Wall stays healthy, they're going to be rough, man. They're going to be really rough. The Clippers, watch the Clippers, man, because Kawhi's going to be back. George is going to be George. And you put a healthy John Wall out there. And they got really good ancillary pieces, man. And Covington's is underrated. And then they got, the guy that used to play for Portland, and now he plays for them. What's that boy's name? He used to play for Portland, and then he went from winning the chip out there with the Raptors, and he went to Portland, and now he's playing he's like a secondary guy on the Clippers. And then they got Mook. They good, man. Yeah, no, not Batum. He won the chip with the Raptors. What's that boy's name? He won the chip with the Raptors, and then he went and got paid, and he got the bag in Portland. What's this cat's name? Hold on, I'll tell you. He's on the Clippers now. Hold on, I'll tell you. What's that boy's name? I'll tell you his name right now. I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me get that roster, man. The Clippers roster. Daggone, I can't find it right now. Wasn't it Powell? Thank you. Powell. Yeah, Powell. Powell is on the Clippers. Norman Powell. They got him playing like off the bench. That's his dangerous role off the bench. Yep, Powell is there, and he's coming off the bench. They got Mook, Powell, Mook, and then they got George and Kawhi. They got Wall, and then they got Powell and Mook and Batum. Yeah, them guys are good, man. And the kid that started for them a few games last year, he's not hardly gonna get no minutes. Terrence Mann out of Florida State, he's not hardly gonna get no minutes. They deep, man. I'm telling you, they deep. They deep. They really deep, man. I would not mess with them. Watch the Clippers this year. That's what I'm saying. They're really good. And then, of course, they got a championship coach, man. They got a championship coach. So you talk about Covington, John Wall, Batum, Zubac is a solid center. Terrence Mann, Reggie Jackson is still there. Kawhi Leonard. You got Brandon Boston, nice young player. Norman Powell, Luke Kennard, Mook. Them cats are rough, man. I would not play on the only guy to me, the only clear-cut team that's better than them is the Warriors. Other than that, I'm not sleeping on them. They good, man. Watch the Clippers. Watch the Clippers this year. I'm not fronting. Watch the Clippers. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be really good. And the Knicks got to go out there and play them in LA early part of the season. I think it's in November, part of a long road trip. So there's gonna be a test for the Knicks, baby. There's gonna be a test, but we'll see what happens. Okay. But yeah, don't sleep on the Clippers. Nah, I'm not packaging nothing for nobody right now. See, you're moving ahead too fast, man. Let's let them play this season and see what we can get. Can we see them develop another step before we start talking about trading and packaging and stuff? You talking like my man Berman, let's get a blockbuster. No, let's just wait. Let's see what we got. Let our dudes play a little bit. Let's see what we can get. Okay, let's see what we can get out of these guys with Tibbs now. I think you're gonna see Tibbs do his best coaching job right now. Let's see what happens before we start packaging stuff. And let's let them play. I want to see them play, man. Let's see what they could do. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us today. My wife made some fish, some haddock. I'm getting ready to go have that. Y'all been real, always fun. Want to thank my man Jay Ellis for stopping by. Salute to all of y'all in the chat. And well, my constant 2189, my man, CW Flash. Thank all y'all for the super chats. Appreciate that. CW Flash, my man Justin Smith. Who else? Y'all hooked a brother up today. Appreciate that. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're off tomorrow, like I am, enjoy this Native American Day. I'll call it that, Native American Day tomorrow. Shalom.